Hi, I'm Mary Caton, a sports writer with the Windsor Star. We're here today with Evan Pczszonak, a wide receiver with the Windsor Lancers. Evan led the team with 650 yards receptions, 42 catches, 6 TDs, and that put him among the top 5 in the CIS. First team OUA All-Star and second team CIS All-Star. And all of that got you invited to the CFL Combine last week. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I think we've all heard the term Combine, NFL Combine, CFL Combine. What is it all about? What do you do there?
It's a 3-day event, so all the best players in Canada get invited. And the first day, it's just you do medicals and make sure you're fit to perform for the weekend. And then you get a little package of interviews for the day. So Friday night you'll have interviews, and then Saturday it goes into Saturday, and Saturday's like the jumping events, all the things they can do in the hotel, as well as bench press, and then Sunday's all the on-field work at took place at the University of Toronto, the Dome there.
Now they put you through, I think, basically 6 different drills.
Yep.
And you won the vertical jump,
yep.
Congratulations, and placed in the top 3 in 4 other categories.
Yep.
What are specifically? I believe there was 10 wide receivers invited. What drills do you think would convey mostly to the wide receivers? What are they looking for most?
For sure, all week they were saying the jumping and the running. So I jumped the highest, which I'm pretty proud about, and running fast in the 40, which I think I did very well as well.
Yeah, you were a second, I think, in that, or
for receivers,
third.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then you mentioned the interview process too. You interviewed with 5 different representatives from 5 different teams. What teams were they, Evan, and what kind of questions do they ask you?
I had Hamilton and Toronto the first night, and then I had Winnipeg, Ottawa, and Montreal the Saturday night. And questions, it's just, they basically just want to get to know you, make sure what kind of person you are. Sometimes they'll have random questions like, who's your best friend in high school? Tell me about him. Just want to get to know you pretty much.
Okay, so the random ones maybe just trying to see, throw you off a little bit.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get a sense of your character and make sure they're getting the guy they want.
Yeah.
Was there any one of the 5 that showed maybe a little more interest than the others, that you're getting the feeling, well, maybe they really are interested in me?
Hamilton, out of the 5, I think Hamilton showed the most interest, just the vibe I got going into it and out of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now, what happens for you between now and the draft, May 13th? What's going on?
Just continue training, a little bit different training, because before the draft you're training for the combine events and trying to get better at those, and now it's just get that cardio down, just get ready for camp pretty much.
And I understand it's spring football for the Lancers, so you're taking part in that. Depending on how the draft goes, I mean, you have 1 year of eligibility left. Is that a possibility that we'll see in a Lancer uniform again?
For sure. In all the interviews, most teams say 80% of the time, 85% of the time, if you have a year eligibility left, they send you back, right, for your 5th year. They want to see you develop and get better, and then next year they have your rights and they call you back.
Can you talk a little bit more about this past season with the Lancers? It was a chance for you to step up into the primary receiver role that has been held by Jordan Briskasson and Corey Fernandez, and you got a chance to shine, and what that was like filling those kind of shoes?
It was a great year. Jordan leaving was big. It was hard to our team because he's a great player, and most of what I learned today is from Jordan or guys like Corey Fernandez, who left the year before, and even guys like Dylan Whitfield, who are still there. And stepping into that #1 role was big for me, and showing that I could be that #1 guy was also big, and I think I did that pretty well.
Now, I want to touch on this other story that I believe I read in your background. It'd be an inspiration to some of the younger players who might listen to this interview. Were you actually cut from your high school team in grade 9?
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Grade 9 tryouts came. It was, I think, 1 hour practice, no equipment. I was probably maybe 100 pounds, 5'4". Came in and ended up getting cut. I actually was young enough to go back to my Pee Wee team, so I started when I was 9, so I was still 12, 13, so my Pee Wee coach was like, there's no way you're playing for us, you're going to play high school. Called actually Jim McDougall and was like, hey, this guy's not playing here. Jim called me back, ended up starting my whole high school career, and built a great relationship with Jim McDougall.
Well, it's a perfect example of perseverance.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Evan, thank you very much for coming in, and best of luck in the draft.
Thank you.